Next week on EastEnders, George confronts his son Junior, while Whitney faces birth peril. Denzel dumps Amy, Nugget's dilemma deepens, and Kat and Alfie's reunion sparks hope. Plus, a shocking arrival shakes up Walford. Don't miss the drama unfold. 7 EastEnders teasers for next week. Junior shows up and Whitney is in danger of giving birth. In addition, Kat and Alfie might make up, Denzel dumps Amy, and Nugget makes a poor decision. Next week, a significant new character will join EastEnders. After the drama involving the on-screen estranged father George Knight, actor Micah Balfour joins the cast as Junior Knight. Will George realize his mistake and Junior reconcile with his father? In the meantime, engaged pair Whitney Dean and Zach Hudson's combined stag and hen do is about to arrive, but lies and secrets continue to jeopardize their happiness. However, a more urgent matter comes up when Whitney gives birth under less than optimal conditions. Will the mother and child be alright? 7 EastEnders teases for the upcoming week. Junior Knight, George Knight's estranged son, confronts him. Elaine Peacock returns to the Queen Vic bar after the health issues and lies surrounding George last week, and she is disappointed that he seemed unaffected by her absence. Soon after, Cindy Beale appears and reveals George's intentions to pick up another fight. Gina Knight even tries to blackmail him into not doing so, but he refuses to back down. The Knight ladies beg him not to. Cindy is ejected from the pub by Elaine, but Anna Knight, who knows her strategy and gets in touch with George's estranged son Junior, consoles her. George decides to end the fight after finally seeing his long-lost son. 2. Junior Knight makes himself known in Walford by sleeping with Bianca Jackson. Junior is uncomfortable at the Queen Vic and uses his excuses to depart, which brings an end to his visit to Walford. Junior meets Bianca Jackson, Patsy Palmer, on his way to Peggy's. The two of them return to number 25 and have a sexual experience. As the week goes on, George dismisses his conversation with Elaine in favor of hanging out with Junior more, taking his kid to Peggy's, and disclosing the truth about his ancestry and the circumstances surrounding Eddie Knight's sentencing. What will be Junior's response to this momentous news? 3. Amid lies and deceit, Whitney Dean gives birth at the EastEnders beginning of the week. Bianca schemes with Brittany Wainwright to assist in obtaining supplies for Whitney's impending nuptials with Zach. But Brittany responds to this by approaching the market with caution. Whitney is thrilled when the two provide the things she needs for the wedding, but following a tearful moment for the three of them, Brittany reveals how they got the items. As a result, Whitney lashes out at Bianca, robbing her of her role as maid of honor at the ceremony and declaring that she wants her out of her life. Whitney asks Lauren Branning to step in for Bianca in the midst of the frenzy, and she agrees, even though she and Zach are deeply ashamed of their recent tryst. Lauren Branning helps Whitney find her hen-do attire. Everyone is dressed up for the occasion and to celebrate Zach and Whitney as the EastEnders arrives. Whitney's adopted mother becomes enraged with Lauren for being praised as a devoted friend since Whitney refuses to forgive Bianca for what transpired. Lauren tries to make Whitney doubt Zach after Bianca tells her to come clean or she will, but she is unable to follow through with telling the whole truth. Bianca tries to soothe Whitney, who is in need of consolation following the experience, but Penny Branning seduces Lauren and Whitney into the taco truck under false pretenses and locks them inside. Lauren tries to be honest, but Whitney breaks down in tears as the two friends stay cold inside the van. Zach stays preoccupied at the party while Whitney gives birth inside the van while the two of them are trapped inside with Lauren's phone battery dead and cries out for help. Will Whitney safely deliver her child into the world? 4. Following a brutal falsehood, Denzel Danes rejects Amy Mitchell. Amy Mitchell will be envious next week when she sees Beau Denzel Danes hanging out with influential person Ebony. Amy wants to have sex with Denzel, and her elder half-sister Penny tells her that she should wait until she's ready. Amy requests some alone time with Denzel upstairs before they head to his house party, where they try to have sex. But Denzel has certain challenges because of his compulsive steroid use. Amy tries to console him, but he conceals, greatly offending her in the process. Devinder Nugget Gulati, Denzel's closest buddy, tries to console Amy later at McClunky's but completely misjudges the scenario when he tries to kiss her. Penny thinks Amy is being coy when she gets home, but it soon becomes apparent that Amy is upset. Although Penny wants Amy to confront Denzel and Nugget about their actions, she prefers to speak with them directly. Instead, Denzel is forced to viciously dump Amy after Nugget tells him that Amy kissed him. 5. Nugget Devinder Gulati starts using steroids when Amy confronts Nugget about his lies in the Minute Mart. She gives him some harsh reality, which makes Nugget worry about his friendship's sustainability. Nugget meets Penny again at the end of the week, and then he has another awkward encounter at the boxing den with Ebony. Nugget, doubting his friendships, begs Denzel to give him some steroids since he thinks they're the solution. Those who relate to Denzel and Nugget's narrative can seek assistance from With You, a resource that provides mental health and substance abuse treatment. 6. Will Alfie Moon and Kat Mitchell reconcile? After returning to their joint residence for a few weeks, Kat Mitchell, Jessie Wallace, surprises her ex-husband Alfie Moon, Shane Ritchie, with a celebratory dinner at Walford East to commemorate the conclusion of his hormone therapy for prostate cancer, leaving Alfie feeling moved. Tommy Moon, the couple's son, later confronts Alfie about his desire to reconcile with Kat after observing his behavior around her. Tommy is in full matchmaking mode as the week comes to an end, trying to get his parents back together and bring his siblings home so they can spend time together. But will Kat and Alfie's reconciliation be ruined when Rice Caldwell enters the scene? 7. Yolanda Truman and Patrick leave for vacation. Patrick and Yolanda Truman, saddlers to the church authorities, decide to take a much-needed vacation from Walford. Levi reassures Yolanda that their departure won't affect Pastor Clayton's inquiry. She also tells Denzel that Chelsea Fox or Denise would move into the house to watch Pastor Clayton. Yolanda is convinced by Denzel to let him live alone and take care of himself, but he quickly organizes a house party while she is away. For assistance and backing about the topics discussed in this piece, visit Hourglass and End Violence Against Women. EastEnders spoilers for the 13th to 16th of May. Dramatic events abound this week on EastEnders as people celebrate Zach Hudson and Whitney Dean's stag and hen do. George Knight has an unexpected reunion with his estranged son Junior, and a shocking incident destabilizes the community. Let's examine the events scheduled for the week of May 13th in Walford. Monday, May 13th, Elaine Peacock arrives back to the Vic, only to find her fiancé George Knight unconcerned about her leaving. When Cindy Beale shows up, the Knight women are trying to talk George out of fighting, but George is ready to fight. He is steadfast in his choice, nevertheless. Gina Knight makes an unsuccessful attempt to use blackmail to force George to give up the battle. Later, Anna Knight consoles Elaine as she insists that Cindy go. Anna tries to break up the fight at the last minute and leaves Junior Knight a message in an attempt to stop the madness. Amy Mitchell confides in her half-sister Penny Branning that she wants to have a sexual relationship with her boyfriend Denzel Danes after being envious of Ebony's bond with Denzel. Amy requests to spend some alone time with Denzel upstairs at his party, but Penny tells her that she shouldn't do that until she's ready. In the meantime, Bianca Jackson teams up with Brittany Wainwright to procure wedding-related goods for Whitney Dean. After Bianca's attempt to bargain with the market vendors fails, Brittany quickly returns to her previous strategies. Whitney experiences a tearful moment as she puts on her wedding gown. But when Brittany unintentionally reveals about her and Bianca's previous escapades, her euphoria is dashed. Levi tells Yolanda Truman that taking a vacation with Patrick Truman will not cause her inquiry to halt, so she chooses to take a little vacation away from Walford. Denzel urges Yolanda to give him a chance to show that he can be trusted to live alone, even though Yolanda assures him that Denise or Chelsea Fox will move in with him while they're away. Tuesday, May 14th, George breaks up the fight with his estranged son Junior after being startled to see him face to face. Junior, who is uncomfortable in the Vic, finds an excuse to leave and goes to Peggy's, where he meets Bianca. After returning to number 25, the two fall asleep together. Bianca has been disowned by Whitney, who is upset with her for allowing Brittany to steal. Whitney also takes away Bianca's responsibilities as maid of honor. When Lauren Branning gets at number 3B, she finds Whitney wearing a hen costume and saves the day by accepting Whitney's request to be her maid of honor. Lauren agrees, but it's obvious that she and Zach Hudson are tormented by remorse following their shared sex. Denzel tries to get some sleep with Amy, but his steroids make it impossible for him. Amy tries to cheer him up, but in doing so, he irritates and covers her. Later, when Nugget Galati discovers Amy in McClunky's, he tries to lift her spirits, but when he tries to kiss her, she squirms. When Penny gets home, she takes Amy's calm demeanor for coyness, but she quickly becomes concerned upon realizing how distressed Amy is. May 15th, Wednesday residents of Walford are getting ready to dress up to celebrate the happy couple, Whitney and Zach's stag and hen do. Whitney is envious of Lauren's saintly portrayal and refuses to forgive Bianca. Bianca gives Lauren a deadline: either she inform Whitney that she slept with Zach, or she will tell her herself. Bianca knows Lauren's true intentions. Lauren tries to tell Whitney that she has her reservations about Zach, but she abruptly backs out. Before Penny can intervene and lure them both to the taco truck under false pretenses and lock them inside, Bianca arrives to console Whitney. As Lauren gets about to confess everything, things get heated between them, but Whitney's water break interrupts them. Although Penny feels that Amy has to hold Denzel and Nugget responsible for their actions, she believes that dialogue is the best course of action. Denzel breaks up with Amy when Nugget tells him falsehoods about Amy kissing him. Nugget begins to worry about his friendships in the Minute Mart, so Amy delivers him some hard realities. Elaine approaches George to talk, but he ignores her and takes Junior to Peggy's, where he tells Junior everything about Eddie Knight's trial and his real identity. Alfie Moon and the boys had dinner at Walford East to commemorate the conclusion of his hormone therapy, arranged by Kat Slater. Tommy Moon notices Alfie's behavior towards Kat and asks him if he wants to get back with her. Alfie is taken aback by her offer. May 16th, Thursday, when Lauren's phone battery runs out and their frantic calls for assistance go unanswered, Whitney becomes even more anxious as she prepares to give birth in the taco van. Zach heads out to find Whitney, but the entertainment diverts him. As Tommy brings the twins home, he tries to set up his mother and Alfie. Rice Caldwell, nevertheless, interrupts the two. After a confrontation with Penny and an unpleasant meeting with Ebony at the boxing den, Nugget keeps doubting his friendships. Later, believing that steroids would solve all of his issues, he begs Denzel to give him some. Please subscribe our channel.